Shalom Shalum Mishpaka Yahuah. Man, already got a video coming out really shortly here. More updates and information on the calendar. So grateful. I mean, hallelujah. I just got a message from my brother that he and his wife just had their son, gave birth to their son. So I'm just like new beginnings. What can we say? Yahuah is good all the time, always. Shalom Shalom. Congratulations, Aki, Asen, and your wife. Hallelujah. Every man-made religious system in the world enslaves the hearts and minds of men with false teachings and false doctrines. Praise be to Yahuah, who's raised up his remnant in this day, the Qadashayam of Yasharal, to once again walk in the old ways, to understand the living word by the power of Ruach Hakodesh. Come, join us as we walk in the way, the truth, and the life. Praise be to our King, Yahusha HaMashiach. Shalom Shalom Mishpaka. This is some scriptures that are directly related to the calendar that we are working on. We're looking at Jubilees, or Yovalim chapter 6, verse 16 through the end of the chapter, which will be 38. So starting in verse 16, it says, "He set his bow in the cloud for a sign of the eternal covenant, that there shall not again be a flood on the earth to destroy it all the days of the earth. For this reason it is ordained and written on the heavenly tablets that they should celebrate the feast of Shavuot in this month once a year, to renew the covenant every year." Hallelujah. And this whole feast was celebrated in heaven from the day of creation till the days of Noah, 26 jubilees and 5 weeks of years, and Noah and his sons observed it for 7 jubilees and 1 week of years, till the end of Noah's death. And from the death of Noah's death his sons did away with it until the days of Abraham, and they ate blood. There is a covenant in here about not eating blood. It's up above in the earlier verses if you want to go and read it. It is an eternal covenant. Just want to make note here that they were celebrating the feast before Yashar'Al in the wilderness, before Moshe, before what they called Torah, which is the case that Torah is always existed and is written in sapphire tablets in the heavens. But Abraham observed it, and Yitzchak and Yaakov and his children observed it up to your days. And in your days the children of Yashar'Al forgot it until you celebrated it anew on this mountain. And do you command the children of Yashar'Al to observe this feast in all their generations for a commandment unto them? 1 day in the year, in this month they shall celebrate the feast. For it is the feast of Shavuot, and the feast of first fruits of the wheat harvest. This feast is twofold, and of a double nature, according to what is written and engraved concerning it. Celebrate it. For I have written in the Sefer of the first Torah, and that which I have written for you, that you should celebrate it in its season, 1 day in the year. And I explained to you its sacrifices, that the children of Yashar'Al shall remember, and should celebrate it throughout their generations in this month, 1 day every year. And on the new moon of the first month, and on the new moon of the 4th month, and on the new moon of the 7th month, and on the new moon of the 10th month are the days of remembrance, and the days of the seasons in the 4 divisions of the year. These are written and ordained as a testimony forever. And I'm going to try to show you, just stick with me. It's saying new moon, but I believe this is going to be the head of the month. And when we look at the very last verse, you'll see why. Just remember that I'm saying that it's the first day of the 1st month, the first day of the 4th month, the first day of the 7th month, and the first day of the 10th month. These are the divisions of the seasons. We can confirm this as well in Enoch, where it says a year is 364 days. The seasons are broken into 3 months each of 30 days, and 31 days, for a total of 91 days. And we're going to get more about that division of the seasons here coming up. Shoot, I really need to talk to my Aki, just hopefully in 1 second here. And Noah ordained them for himself a feast for the generations forever, so that they have become thereby a memorial unto him. And on the new moon of the 1st month he was bidden to make for himself an ark. Now check this out. We're going to see significance to Yahuah's times, his Moadym, his set apart days, going back prior to the Exodus and Mitzrayim, and back to Noah and the ark itself. So on the new moon of the 1st month, again I would say the first day of the 1st month, he was bidden to make for himself an ark. And on that day the earth became dry, and opened the ark and saw the earth. So not only was he told to start making it on the first day of the 1st month, but that's also when the earth became dry and he opened the ark and saw the earth. So he gets that message on the first day of the 1st month, and then they ride out all the storm, and the day that he comes to open it, it's also that. So this is the first day of a new year. He gets the message to build the ark on the first day of the new year, and he opens up the door and sees the dry land on the first day of the new year. Okay? Now, on the new moon of the 4th month, the mouths of the deep of the abyss were closed. And on the new moon of the 7th month, all the mouths of the abyss of the earth were open, and the waters began to descend into them. So again, these set apart days, these Moadym, were significant in both the bringing in of the waters and the departure of the waters. And on the new moon of the 10th month, the tops of the mountain were seen, and Noah was glad. So there you go again. First day of the 10th month, there's a significant event in the entire flood story. Okay. And on this account he had ordained them for himself as feasts for a memorial forever, and thus they are ordained. And they placed them on the heavenly tablets. Each had 13 weeks. So if we go to a calculator, and you have 364 days divided by 4 seasons, 91 days in each section, by 7 weeks, or by 7 days a week, you get 13 weeks. And they placed them on the heavenly tablets. Each had 13 weeks, for one to another passed their memorial, from the first to the second, and from the second to the third, and from the third to the fourth. So as we're writing out this new calendar, it's just significant to say that I told you the months go 30, 30, 31. Well, that 31 day that happens in the last month of each season falls on a Shabbat every time. And when you go into the new season, the head of that new season, the first month of either the first day of either the 1st month, the 4th month, the 7th month, or the 10th month, falls on first day of the week. And so it's saying to sound the shofar at the first day of the 1st month, 4th month, 7th month, and 10th month, which is also the beginning of a new season. We have it at the head of the year also, and on certain feasts and on Shabbats Okay. And all the days of the commandment will be 20 and 50 weeks. So 52 weeks are in a year of days, and these will make the entire year complete. Thus it is engraved and ordained on the tablets in the Shamayim. So this isn't just tablets that are in the Ark of the Covenant or wherever people say there's literally sapphire copies. They're eternal in the heavens. And also why we know for sure that a year is not 365 days as Babylon or Rome, either way, say. But yes, 364, it's a mathematical perfection of divisions of seasons and days and weeks. And there is no neglecting this commandment for a single year or from year to year. And command you the children of Yashar'Al that they shall observe the years according to this reckoning, 364 days, and these will constitute a complete year, and they will not disturb its time from its days and from its feasts. For everything will fall out in them according to their testimony, and they will not leave out any day, nor disturb any feasts. But if they do neglect, and do not observe them according to his commandment, then they will disturb all their seasons, and the years will be dislodged from this order, and they will disturb the seasons, and the years will be dislodged, and they will neglect their ordinances. That is exactly what we're trying to be restored from, right there. And all the children of Yashar'Al will forget, and will not find the path of the years, and will forget the new moons and seasons and Shabbats, and they will go wrong as to all the order of years. Okay, remember I told you I was going to show you how it's months and not moons. It's actually not the very last verse, but the next to last verse, I guess. Oh, no. Well, anyways, in verse 34 is proof. It says, all the children of Yashar'Al will forget, and will not find the path of the years, and will forget the new moons. Now, all you have to do is look up and see a big full moon, how can you forget new moons? The thing that they will forget is what is the first day of the month. And that will cause them to forget the seasons, when they change, the feasts, and the Shabbats. Because they're celebrating them on a Greco-Roman 365-day calendar on every Saturn day, right? But if you know how to number the days, count the years, and know Yah's Moadym and his set-apart times, what I'm saying is the new calendar that's coming, please stay tuned, is going to reconcile this and match up with everything that Enoch is saying, what we're seeing here in Jubilees, and also what we will see in Torah. Once you know what the first of Moadym is, you guard that and you can count from there. And that's why I believe that when Yahuwah spoke to Moshe and Aaron when they left Mitzrayim, he said, this is, like he told them, this is the first of Abib. This is the first of the year, this day, guard it. Because from there they could count everything else. So he took them out so it could be restored. And I believe he's taking us out of this Babylonian system now so that we can be restored in counting the days. So hallelujah. It's very exciting. I've been super psyched about this. So anyway, for I know, and from henceforth will declare it unto you, and it is not of my own devising, for the Sefer lies written before me, and on the heavenly tablets the divisions of days is ordained, lest they forget the feasts of the covenant and walk according to the feasts of the other nations. Does that sound anything familiar? Like, I don't know, Christmas, Easter, and all the other pagan feast days? Yeah. And their error, and after their ignorance. Not only that, but also just having wrong times. So, for there will be those who will assuredly make observations of the moon, how it disturbs the seasons and comes in from year to year, 10 days too soon. So, I'll take the chance to try to whip out the calculator again on this one. I hope I don't get it wrong. But we know that the months for the moon cycle, the days for the moon cycle is 29 and a half. And if I multiply that by 12 months, I get 354. When you try to subtract that from the true 364, you're 10 days too short. Well, hallelujah, the calculator thing worked perfectly, and I hope you guys see that. That's what they're talking about right here. Okay? So they're going to be like observing the moon and saying everything goes by the moon, and then they're going to be off. And I don't know, they got all kinds of weird things that they do over there in the where the imposters are. Those are not the people. But for this reason, the years will come up upon them when they will disturb the order and make an abominable day the day of testimony, and an unclean day a feast day. And they will confound all the days, the Kodesh with the unclean, and the unclean day with the Kodesh. For they will go wrong as to the months, and Sabbaths, and feasts, and jubilees. And this is why it matters so much. I don't want anyone, myself or anyone else, to observe a set-apart day that's sealed in the Shamayim between Yahuah and his people, the Qadashayam of Yasharal, and they're observing it on the wrong day, and then they turn around and go to work on a day that they're not supposed to do any work. So we need to get this right. And I've been pleading with him to reveal it. Brother Jason had been having a lot of his seeking answered by Yahuah as well. So please stay tuned. That calendar will be coming soon. And for this reason I command and testify to you, that you may testify to them. For after your death your children will disturb them, so that they will not make the year 364 days only. And for this reason they will go wrong as to new moons, or the beginnings of months, and also seasons, heads of seasons, and also Shabbats and feasts. And they will eat all kinds of blood with all kinds of flesh. Baruk Atah Yahuah, Halu Yahuah. Have a Baruch night in Yahusha HaMashiach. Shalom, shalom.